Hello, everyone, and welcome to Old World Tech Fridays. I am Frodo Jedi, and I'm joined by my co-host Trina of Trina's Technobabble, Ryan of Everything's Broken Garage, and this is episode 17.
Wow,
17 weeks we've
17.
done this.
Wow.
Right?
Well, longer technically because we skipped a couple.
We've had a couple
I
weeks
think
off.
it's
Yeah.
19 in total. If I went back and look, I think we have 2 weeks where we didn't do
Yep,
it.
Well,
So
there you go.
so we're almost there. 20 weeks. That'll be half a
that's right.
year in like not too long. What's that? Another one, two, three, four, five.
Was it 26 weeks?
Yeah, 26 weeks. So
It's
yeah,
52,
There you
so
go.
yeah, about
Yeah.
yeah,
26 weeks.
perfect.
So that's awesome. So, who do we got joining us tonight, Trina?
We have so apparently he has arisen. JC is joining us. And dear
Nice.
Gootbomb. Oh, and Adam just popped in.
Adam.
Sorry, Adam, it's boring.
Oh, and Scarlet the Four-Eyed Cuda is also
Yeah,
here,
I just saw that message. Yeah.
Viewers are trickling in.
They are
uh,
slowly trickling in.
which means what exactly?
I don't know,
Okay.
but they're here for it.
I, I
No,
guess I guess that means the show is a go.
apparently.
Yeah,
Unless if Javier wants to stream again.
give
We
it a
won't,
minute.
we won't hold it against them.
No.
I will.
Um,
I will gladly
so
hold it against them.
we got a few things for you today. Let's get things kicked off with this day in tech history.
All right.
So starting with Sunday, August 27th, this time in 2003, the world's largest battery backup. The city of Fairbanks, Alaska, connected to what was at the time the world's largest battery backup. It was designed to help prevent serious blackouts that plagued the city every 2 to 3 years. The batteries could provide power to the city for a few minutes, which is enough to start up the city's actual backup diesel generators. The battery contained 13,760 cells covering more than 10,000 square feet. It was reported that in the first 2 years of operation, the battery system prevented at least 81 total power failures. That's
Awesome.
actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Uh,
we were actually, not to interject, but we were discussing battery backups on Joe's Discord today, and
oh,
how
nice.
most places
Very
end up
important.
just throw them out when the battery dies, and how
Yep.
you can easily pick up you know a lower end,
Yep.
just broken battery backup and throw a couple of batteries in it for very inexpensive, and have yourself a nice battery backup. So everybody,
So
get a battery backup.
last year or the year before, one of my customers, they actually gave me a stack. I think there's 6 or 8 brand new APC rack mount ones.
Yep.
Because they had sat at the plant for so long that the batteries, they weren't sure if the batteries were good or not, even though they had never been used or unboxed or anything. And they're
Right.
like, well, it's going to cost too much to ship new batteries. So they just bought all new units
Like you would.
when they actually
Jeez.
went to use them. Yep. So I have those. August 28th, 2009, Snow Leopard's released. And that officially ends Apple Talk. After Apple releases macOS 10.6 Snow Leopard for their Macintosh computers, Snow Leopard was an important release as it was the first to drop support for PowerPC based Macs and focus optimization for the Intel processor based Macs. The networking protocol that Apple had used since the 1980s Apple Talk was also discontinued in Snow Leopard. Apple Talk was the first true plug and play networking protocol, and during its heyday in the late 80s, Apple Talk was the most widely used networking protocol in the world at the time.
Just
So
just
again, I
just
have sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, FYI, the first Mac OS I ever used and purchased because I had to redo it on a person's computer was Snow Leopard.
Cool.
You could
Nice.
buy the CD back in the day for like $20 from the Apple site.
I have a box copy of it somewhere here. I was going to say, funny that we should also mention that, but we were discussing, ancient networking things today as well. And I had found one of my clients had given me, I'll show this later, but had given me a lap link, like a laptop
Oh
link,
wow, yeah.
like from back in the day when you used to be able to like it's a parallel crossover cable that you can connect to
Hmm.
two computers with and transfer data. But Adam made the good point. It's like everybody in the PC world were using that kind of weird crap, and Apple was over there just using Apple Talk like a normal person. For networking two computers together to get files transferred, right? So it's just funny that PCs were lagging in some ways, and Apple was
Now this is interesting because Gutbomb in the comments said even the current version of I thought I showed it,
That's
but no.
that's different. That's APFS. That's
Yeah.
different than actual Apple Talk protocol.
You mean the actual like adapter, the actual Apple Talk
Yes,
adapter?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
exactly. Because I use the same thing on my NAS. I use APFS in order to do Apple shares as well.
Yeah.
Works real well.
Indeed.
Um,
Anyway,
let's
continue with
see.
your. What else is on
August
this week?
August 29th, 1831. Faraday discovers electromagnetic induction. English scientist Michael Faraday discovers electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction is the primary principle behind electric motors and electric generators. Two very important inventions that power and drive our electromagnetic technologies today. Let's see.
I was there for
August
that, by the way. FYI.
August August 30th, 1969, the first building block of the internet was made. So the first
Pornhub.
yeah, exactly.
No,
The first
it was a series of tubes, and it was created by what's his name? The guy who ran for president,
No, no,
Al
no,
Gore.
no, 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 no. He said blocks, not tubes.
Okay.
Mm.
let's see. The first interface message processor (IMP) is delivered to Leonard Kleinrock's research group at UCLA. The IMP was the device that would interconnect networks between research facilities on the developing ARPANET,
Cool.
the precursor to the internet, as a packet switching device. The IMP can be constructed can be considered the first generation of now what we call routers. The second IMP was not discovered, delivered to the Stanford Research Institute on October 1st, 1969, and the first message between the two IMPs was sent on October 29th, 1969, which is now considered to be the first message ever sent on the internet.
Oh, cool.
So that's really
And
cool.
what did it say? Send nudes
That's right. That's right. In ASCII, yes,
in ASCII. Yes, of course.
yes. August 31st, 2004, Aldus, the company that created PageMaker, considered the world's first desktop publishing application, merges with Adobe, the company that created PostScript, which was the page uh, description language powering many early laser printers. The combination of PageMaker running Apple's Macintosh and printing to the Apple's PostScript-powered laser writer sparked the desktop publishing revolution in the 1980s. And then, September 1st, 1977, the first flyby of Saturn, Pioneer 11, becomes the first manned, the not first manned, the first man-made object to fly by Saturn. Imagine that, the first manned mission to Saturn. Yeah, that wasn't happening back then, or now.
That'd be not much to stand on.
Nope,
No, Saturn a gas giant? Yes, Saturn's a gas giant, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Mhm.
So that's this day in tech history.
Yeah, it's a gas giant. Yeah. Okay. I had to
Some
verify.
exciting things.
Cool. Well, that's very exciting. It's neat. Saturn is indeed a gas giant. Yes. Thank you, Gutbomb.
So, what else do we got going on today?
I had a fun day in the world of IT. It's been quite a fun day. I was helping a client move to a new office,
Mm-hmm.
and we did a site survey. Everything looked good. They were waiting on a occupancy permit for the office from the city. The city provided the occupancy permit, so that's perfect. All right, we can start moving stuff in. So they moved all their furniture. I went down yesterday and picked up all their computers, then brought them there this morning. So all new Ubiquity gear. Really excited about that. The new, a couple of new Dream machines on the go, which I love the new Dream
Nice.
machine. But
Those are
anyway,
awesome.
I digress a little bit. But they so they're the way the suite works is it's like there's two or three offices for different businesses on the one floor of this multi-floor building, and they share a common electrical room on each floor, which happens to also be the network closet. So that's pretty standard, pretty normal. Lots of buildings do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you would assume that all the network runs in the suite would go back to the electrical room. So I looked at the plates in the wall when I did my site survey. Yeah, that seems D1 is listed there, D2 listed there. Perfect. Go back to the electrical room. D1, D2 in the rack. Perfect. It makes total sense. All right. Well, that's my rack. That's my. So I install everything, get everything in the rack nice and ready, get the Dream Machine up and running. I was like, all right, we'll start plugging in a few things. I wanted to set up wireless for the people in the office right away so they could be able to get on their Wi-Fi. Um, can't get anything to light up. So that's weird. So I said, all right, we'll get the toner out. Started toning the jacks.
Mhm.
None of them would tone out. So as it turns out, the construction company that did the renovations on the offices, being the bright individuals they are, saw the very vibrant blue network cables and just went, eh, and sawed right through them.
Not
Every one of them.
surprising.
So now I have a client in an office that has no networking. They can't go back to their old office because the old office doesn't exist anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I have to go in on my long weekend. It's a long weekend here because Labor Day, like it is in the
Yep.
United States, and I
Mhm.
have to labor and run a bunch of network cables. So the moral of the story is don't cut wires unless you know exactly what they are.
Actually, the moral of the story is don't judge a book by its cover. You went in and did a visual inspection and went, oh, yeah, D1 goes to D1, blah, blah.
Yes.
You didn't do any pings or
No,
like
because
port checks,
a normal person doesn't have to do that.
but you still,
I don't go in and go, yeah, it's got a light switch and that plug over
Total
there. Uh, there's definitely no electrical. Nobody goes around and checks every plug that it works.
total packet loss.
Yeah, 100% total packet loss. I mean, as Scarlett says, now I can install Cat 6A. Yes, this is
yeah,
true. Or I could just
Yep.
run fiber everywhere. Or hell,
yeah.
I'll just I'll put what is it called, Starlink on each machine
Yep. Individually.
individually with their own backup diesel generator on the roof.
They have
Well,
the technology.
I think what we should do is get them all kinds of Power Mac G4s,
Right.
and then they can run Apple Talk.
Right.
There you go.
Through phone wire.
Right, exactly.
Adam, I always assume someone did something dumb. Yeah. No, true enough.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I've had my run-ins over the years with different stuff being broken and not working. Like I get it, but managed cable is one of those things that, like, it's in the wall. It's been in the wall for, I don't know, this office has been around for probably 20 plus
Surely the
years.
contractor knew what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, like why would you why? Why would you cut it? I don't understand.
Did okay, so question about the contractor. Who hired the contractor to do the renovations?
No idea, because the office has been
Oh,
renovated 3 or 4 times, so I
oh,
can't tell
okay.
you if it was the last renovation or if it was 3 renovations
Sure.
ago.
No, no, I didn't know if it was the company that was moving in that
No,
that
no,
paid
no,
for the
no,
renovations.
no,
Hmm.
no. That
Set
was
set up wireless and buy a handful of USB dongles and say, okay, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
no, no. They're getting all the newest. The only benefit to it. So I always look at the bright side of things. Is that previously, obviously, like I said, they should have a shared network room, but
Sure.
now we're going to put everything in their suite. So
That's better
Nice.
anyway.
it's going to work out better for security and for control,
Yep.
which I'm all about. And
Plus
the
shorter runs.
honestly, the shorter runs and the electrical room they had is literally a concrete box. It's
Yeah,
funny.
token thing.
It's funny you should mention that. In the actual electrical room where I meant to take some pictures, but I didn't. There are probably 15 plus old Nortel PBXs. There was a bunch of thicknet networking,
Oh boy.
so like Ethernet cables the size of my thumb with vampire clamps on them,
Jesus.
and all running to AMP cables, which are like weird big serial parallel cables. There was a pile of those in there for some reason. So I was like,
Hmm.
holy crap. And I remember on the wall, there was a plate, like a little phone plate, and it said 56K dial up modem connection.
Nice.
I was like, oh, that takes me back.
So
You know,
when you go back this weekend, I want to see pictures of the stuff.
yeah, I'll take some pictures of the electrical room.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
10
yeah,
base 5, gotta love it. Yeah, it is pretty hilarious.
yeah.
Actually, and I have somewhere in this room, there's a vampire clamp. I kept it because it's fun to show the kids. Like, this is how we used to have to hook up networking. It's like literally a piece of metal pierces the wire, and then it's like a giant box, and then that goes down to a cable to the computer. That was the internet, or the network, I guess, because it wasn't internet.
Right, right.
But anyway, I I I understand some people, contractors can shag up. That just happens. It's it is what it is. But Just
Yeah, no, I was gonna say if it was the company that paid it, I would be going after that contractor, but
honestly,
they
at this
didn't pay
point,
for it.
it's like
So
they gotta work on Tuesday, so they
yeah,
just need internet, and I gotta get it there.
right.
Yep.
Oh, hi
Got to do
Garth,
what you got to
welcome.
do.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'll run some new Cat 5. I'm not going Cat 6 because it's an office.
Yeah.
They don't need more than a gig
Are you
anyway.
gonna make your own cables, or are you gonna just buy pre-made?
Oh no, I'll do direct runs with Cat, and then I use Wireworks, which is a Panduit clone.
Hmm.
I use that to do my crimped ends, and so I'll have a
Okay.
patch panel on one end with all the runs, and then on the actual other ends, what I'm going to try to be a little bit catty if I can. I'm going to
No
go up
pun
in.
intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. I'm going to climb up, and it's all drop ceiling. So where the network cables go down in the walls now, I'm going to cut them off and tie and pull the new cable down so I can use the wall boxes instead of having to
Right.
run Panduit on the wall. That's my hope. So it'll all work out, I'm sure. It's just I hate like cabling is one of those things I can do it and I'm pretty good at it and I've been doing it for years, but I
Hmm.
hate doing it. And more specifically, I hate drop ceilings.
Yeah. You need
Why?
to
Like
get yourself
shag
a
those
cable ferret.
tiles. A cable
Why do you hate?
ferret.
Why do you
Yeah.
hate drop ceilings?
Have you played in a drop ceiling, Trina?
It's
I
not
haven't
fun.
played in
Not
one. No.
enjoyable.
Do you know what it's like to have random shit fall on your head?
Well,
Most
yeah.
of it is random shit from rats or birds.
Hmm.
Sometimes there's asbestos. It's like the worst possible Mexican pinata game. So I'm gonna break this tile. Yeah, and I usually pay contractors, but it's a long weekend. Where am I find a contractor who's going to do my cabling on a long weekend? Nowhere.
Take a drive.
What?
Just drive around town and look for people who look like they need something to do.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Hey,
great.
run some
Excuse
cable.
me. Excuse me, random addict who's
That's right.
begging on the corner. Would you
So,
like
That's
to
right.
run some cable?
so listen. There's a girl that was randomly screaming at absolutely nobody behind her this morning as I walked past her. I'm sure she could use the money because she was complaining
That's
about
right.
not having money for her cell phone. So there you go.
Well, there you go. It's like
There
that.
you go.
It's like that meme you see where it's like the guy's talking to the street worker, and it's like you'll do anything for $50, right? And she's like, yeah. And then it's like 10 minutes later, she's changing a transmission on like a 1970 Trans Am or something.
JC wants to know what you're paying
What you're paying? Oh, uh, not
because
much.
if he's local, bring him
Uh,
in.
yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it. It's literally like 10 runs. So,
Mm.
Oh, that's not bad.
and unfortunately, my guy who I usually have to do my cabling was probably watching right now. Um,
Hi, guy.
unless JC actually stands for the guy that actually does my cabling, in which case, anyway, he was off
Johnny
work.
Cochran?
He was off work because he was injured. He had an injury, so
Oh no.
I did. That's why I didn't bother him with it. But usually I call him. He's a buddy of mine. Anyway, long story short, I hate IT sometimes, and sometimes I love it.
It happens.
But it's okay because tomorrow we're just gonna run some cable. I'm gonna order some pizza. I'm gonna get really disgusting, covered in God knows what's in the ceiling, and then I'm gonna go home, have a
For
shower, and cry about it.
for a second, I thought you said I'm going to order some pizza, run some cables, and get disgustingly. And I was expecting the word drunk.
Oh,
You don't want to terminate when you're drunk.
yeah.
No.
That's no bueno.
I used B standard on that wall, and I used A standard on that wall, and I don't know
I've
which
seen
one it
that.
is.
I've seen that.
No, my favorite is I've gone to a network that was done by like the cousin Timmy. Well,
Hmm.
I have a cousin who can take care of that. He'll do it for cheaper. And I go in and they just have it all like he like picked a random.
Color pattern, yeah.
Yeah, it was just like all the blue, green, green, yellow or orange, orange, brown, brown.
Yep.
Like, yeah, it doesn't work like that.
I've seen some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
There you go. JC said I'll take some salt beef and cod tongues. Is all.
Oh, that sounds like a heart attack waiting to happen.
But it sounds. I've never had salt beef. I've had salt cod. Cod tongues. Oh my god, are amazing.
Yeah, do you ever, yeah, I'm not a big fan. The cheeks are also quite good, I'm told.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Funny enough, I'm a Newfoundlander. I don't like seafood. I eat very little seafood.
Yeah.
Well, what is wrong with you?
Lots of
Trina,
things.
what you got going on?
Um, Nothing really. I actually have no topic at all. Um,
Yeah, but
but
what did you find this week?
Gut
Anything
Oh,
cool?
Bomb's in the channel, I want to thank Gut Bomb for this.
Oh, nice.
Oh
ooh.
yes, for Star Trek the 25th anniversary. Woo woo doo 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 doo. Yeah, so I got
Sorry,
that
I just
for
have to
that.
interrupt for 1 second. Gut
Yep.
Bomb asks, Canadians are going to have to explain what cod tongues are. They are literally the tongues of a codfish.
Yeah,
So,
and
Didn't know they had them.
fried.
yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. Think beef tongues,
Yep,
but
but
from a
cod.
codfish.
Yep. And the same thing with the
Um,
cheeks. We cut the cheeks out. And anyway,
yeah, so I got that. So I was all excited to play it until I realized it's enhanced CD-ROM, and my Quadra 650 only has a floppy drive.
you need to find a nice SCSI CD-ROM drive.
That's what I'm gonna have to
Or
find.
download it.
Yeah,
Or download it and put it on your Blue SCSI.
Yep.
yeah, I could do that. Well, yeah, but I want to play it. Yeah, I guess. Either way,
Well, you could still look at the box while you play the downloaded game, and it'd
still
be
look at
just
the
the
box.
same.
Just sit here and go, "Hmm, oh, this is great. Click,
Yeah,
click, click. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. That picture matches. Okay.
Right.
So, what else did you find this week?
Um,
Anything cool?
that's been it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that came in
Facebook,
this week.
Trina. Facebook.
I think that's for next week.
Oh
Oh,
well,
next
I
week.
haven't
Okay.
got it yet, so you're gonna have to wait and
Okay.
see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
yeah, yeah. And I'm like, oh, speaking of Facebook, so for those that watch Trina's Retro Repair, or I'm sorry, Retro Repair Roundup on Sunday nights, I've been in speaks with Dan, the Canadian computer collector,
Yay, Dan.
and he is going to be our guest host this coming Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, on the Retro Repair Roundup. So be prepared for some shenanigans,
Oh, he's one interesting cat.
right?
And if you're not subscribed to Canadian Computer Collector, go do it. Watch some of his videos and get very excited to have him as
Appar-
a host.
Apparently, Frank got bored and made himself big.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. That's okay.
And one other thing I did want to talk about, and I've been talking about it for a bit now, but the World of Retro Computing, or Work 2023, is taking place on in Kitchener, Ontario. So for the Canadian viewers, but also for American viewers that want to come north. Yeah, Kitchener, Ontario is taking place September 17th and 16th and 17th. Sorry. There's been some updates. Retro Rewind .ca is going to be there. Making music like its 1988 interactive workshop will be taking place the entire day. Both
Nice.
days. Michael Hanley is returning with his impressive collection to sell, including vintage and not so vintage computers, peripherals, parts, etc., for a wide range of brands, including PC add-on cards, cables, adapters, docking stations, laptops, luggables, Atari 2600,
Ooh,
ColecoVision,
Luggables.
and more. Yeah.
I love a
That's
good
pretty cool.
Luggable.
Keith, I don't know how to say his last name. Keith Dumoulin, owner of Amiga Ontario. Why am
Oh, yeah.
I not sharing my screen? I should be sharing my screen.
Yeah.
I'm
It
like
would be
reading this,
easier.
going, yeah.
Trina can't
Just
compute, or Trina can't
I can't
compute, or.
listen. I can't this week at all. So I just been. Let me see here. Do. You don't want to see Scrap Heap Challenge. I'm pretty sure
Oh, it's a great show.
it is a great show. I've been watching that.
I was a big fan of Junkyard Wars.
Why want to let me show that one screen? All right, I'm gonna have to do this, and then we'll jump over. So allow. Ta-da. Can some? I guess. Ta-da. So I'll go over here. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So Keith Dumoulin, owner of Amiga Ontario, is the first gold sponsor, bringing along a uh, curated selection of Amiga software 500s, 2000 Zoro cards, Tandy
Mhm.
1400,
Ooh,
and Toshiba portables, and maybe, just maybe, an Amiga 3000T.
ooh.
Uh, Jace, I don't know how to say that. Jason Nair's Retro Shop is a bronze sponsor. We'll be doing a variety of new board enhancements, including a clear video line of RF video boards for the VIC-20, Commodore 64, 128 computers, and then there's vendors, and then Sunday's the same thing. Oh, Sunday, Bill Hurd will be joining us remotely for an exciting webcast with his own special guest and longtime friend David Heine, if that's how you
Hmm.
say the last name.
Heine.
I know, right? Yeah, and then all day sell, play, and compute. So, but yeah, it's taking place. Um, as I said, the 16th and 17th. It's free, so just show up. It takes place noon to 5 both days. So,
Nice.
Sloopy says it's pronounced Haney.
Haney, okay, I
All right.
won't. I won't argue with you on that. So I'm gonna stop sharing.
Paradox. Turn off the
I know,
paradox.
I know. I stopped sharing. I stopped sharing.
He's looking at the
And hey,
void.
Sloopy.
Hey, Sloop. Sloop de loop.
So yeah, so that's. I'm super excited. I'm going to be going to it. So if you want to meet me in person, be there or be square. I've been trying to get Amy. Amy and her husband are going on a honeymoon around the same time, and I'm like, what's the better way than to spend your honeymoon, but at a retro computing event?
That sounds like it'd be really impressive for Amy, but maybe not so much for her husband.
Actually, he agreed with me.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I agree with you, but unfortunately, we already have plans made. So,
Oh, apparently Sloopy says I'm going to VCF Midwest to meet you. Oh, stabbing it right there.
I know, right? Well, I'm going. I'm going to work 2023 to meet you. I can do that right back
I
at
didn't
you.
realize Sloopy was a sick kid.
Yeah, yeah. Sloopy, you're under 18, right? 18 or under.
1800 and under.
Wait, you're gonna stand me?
Eh,
Hey, you're gonna stand me? You're gonna stand your wife up at work 2023 or
Anyway,
World of Retro Computing?
mentally he says he's an 18-year-old. Well,
Yeah, there you go.
hey, RetroTech Chris is here. Hey, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
So yeah, it's been a pretty quiet week for acquisitions for me. I don't know about you guys, but I was given a pile of software today by the one of the one of the owners of the business that I was helping to move. She came out, she could see that I was having a bad day, and she dropped a box in front of me. She's like, "This is all the software we've been collecting since the '80s. Maybe you want to keep it." I'm like, "Okay." So I rummaged through it and I found some gems, so I'm pretty happy. I found a copy of a Pinky and the Brain video game from like 1993. I was like, "Oh,
For what? For what system?
a PC. It's
Okay,
DOS and Windows 90, no, Windows 3.1.
I was gonna say yeah.
Yeah. I think it was 93. Maybe it's 95. It might be Windows 95 though. But anyway, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And a couple of copies of Windows XP with COAs. So that's always handy to have. And the lap link. The best part about I gotta bring a picture up. Hold on. Talks amongst yourselves. I gotta go get the lap link.
So
It,
this week, one of my bosses went to go get a computer from our print shop.
mhm.
Apparently, the print shop does all their sign making in a mix of OS 10 Lion, so 10.4.0 is 10.4 Lion.
10.5 is Lion, isn't it? No,
No,
that's Leopard.
yeah. What's is
Tiger.
10.4 Tiger? Thank you,
10.5.
Tiger. Yeah, yeah,
10.7.
yeah.
Yeah.
Between that and OS 9.2.
Eric.
Speaking of, yeah, so they do all their signage in these two operating systems. Mostly in 9.2, as we were finding out as we're opening things, and it's like opening in 9.2. Like it would launch 9.2 to launch the program so they can make their science. But we've been it's such a great sound to go into the repair shop now and just hear the because it's just sitting there humming along. And I'm like, Do they really need it back? And hi,
Oh,
Eric.
see.
Do, do, do.
I see. What's that? That's your
So
lap link?
that's the lap link. So it's for Windows 95. That's the cable it came with, which is essentially, as far as I can tell, is just it may be a completely non-modified parallel cable, but I think it might be like a crossover of some sort. And then
Oh,
it came with all the discs on the right there. But the best part that I absolutely love, hold on, let me see if I can change it, is, oh, did I save that picture? I didn't. Hold on, talk amongst yourselves. Is, and I don't know how this works, but I guess it was the time, you know how when the internet first came out, everything was like, oh my God, the internet. It's so
so
Mhm.
so
important.
so hold it just one sec, Frank. This is when we make people big. Just saying.
So yeah,
I didn't do it.
this is what
No, I know I did.
this is what's written on the box.
Works over the internet. Love
Now
it.
I don't understand how that's a very long parallel cable. I don't understand why it says it works over the internet, but it's all over the box, and it's like, oh, it works over the internet. I'm like, I don't understand how it does that, but okay. I thought it was funny. I was like, that's weird. Like, why would it say works over the internet? And I looked at the software. There's nothing there that it's from 1995, so I don't understand. I opened a box today that I hadn't opened since the 90s. It was full of AV cables. At the bottom, it was where my glasses for 1996. It's always the last place you look, Adam. The parallel version was much faster than the serial version, but not all parallel ports had full bidirectional capabilities. Yeah, I remember playing. I think actually Garth mentioned it there earlier, playing Doom over a serial connection. I remember doing that as well. Playing, I think it was
The
it
Doom.
no, I think it was like Carmageddon or one of the. It was I feel like it was a racing game. Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway, that was one of the things that was given to me today. And I'll have a few more which I'll go through at a later date. But yeah, other than that, I didn't pick anything else up this week. I don't
I
think
got
I
a few
did.
things this week.
Yeah, why don't we have a look at what you got?
Yeah,
I
let's
got a
let's
little of
hold
this
on,
and a
hold on.
little of that.
I'm gonna
Make
make it big.
yourself bigger. There you go.
I just did. Yeah,
Perfect.
Grandio.
I
So,
got you covered.
a few things I got this week. I got this guy.
Ooh.
Oh,
The production date on the tag 1997.
hey,
Apple Macintosh
that's
SE
not that
bus drive
that's
card.
not that old. I was old enough to know what 1997 is and be out of high school. Um, so it's not that old. 97 wasn't that long ago.
So
97 was only what, like
Trina,
10 years ago?
Trina, it's almost 30 years ago.
Shut up.
getting there.
Shut up.
Uh, so yeah, it actually has the card for the
Of
SE.
course. It's
Plugs
nice that
into
it's
the
not just a
expansion slot.
box.
I know, right? Because I've had listings like that before. So this, Adam, this is the Apple Mac, the SE Bus PC drive card for the SE. I gave my new bus one for the Mac 2 to Ron, as Ron wanted to do some stuff with his. He had the drive, but not the card. So this is the card new in box with the dongle cable to connect the
Ooh,
PC drive to the SE.
fancy.
And I know the question's going to come up, or the comment. Now you just need the drive. Well, from Canada,
All the way from Canada.
I got the drive. 5 1/4 PC drive card.
So Frank,
Apparently somebody had this in a display case or something.
Mm.
the only downside is I see you setting this up and using it once, and be like, "That's cool," and then never using it again.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
I can see that. And Frank paid a whole whopping $489 for it.
I know,
Wow.
right? But it's Canadian, so that's like you can
Oh,
move the
it's like
decimal point 2 places,
yeah,
so
it's
four
4 cents.
dollars and 89 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I'm guessing this sat at a shop for ages, I'm sure. Especially
Probably
at that price.
some little independent shop for sure.
Yes, please, Adam. Absolutely. And he says the drive
Oops, sorry, I
is
need
a
to make
Teak
that one big.
630K drive in an Apple case.
Yeah.
So, yep, this is the
Mm.
Apple PC 2.5-inch drive.
Chris, to be fair,
To be fair,
um, yes, but also no, but also yes.
So, I have one other interesting Apple thing from this week. For those of you who watch the Retro Mac cast,
Oh yes.
right? Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
would have seen this Macintosh 2X, which is in super, super clean, good condition.
They
But
they
what makes
they
this
covered.
interesting?
Oh, I was gonna say they showed it off
Yes.
2 weeks ago, and then you bought it in the in between.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when they did the review, you were like, "I bought that."
Yep. So the asset tag says property of Apple Computer Inc. Expensed equipment.
Ooh,
So I need you to get me a close-up photo of that so we can get those
I'm
reviews.
gonna, yeah. Ron wants one too because he really nerds out on asset tags. So
Yeah.
Ron really wants a copy too.
Well, it's funny because Ron works at a university, so I imagine he actually deploys a lot of asset tags.
Oh,
So
I'm sure.
he's probably like pretty,
Yeah. But
savvy with
this thing is
asset
in
tags.
super good condition. Very,
see,
very clean.
I when they teach me how to do Apple computers, when I put the sick kids, we have to put our asset tags on them as well. I'm gonna put one of those on it as well, just for fun.
That's actually a good question. Garth, was this at your desk? This Apple 2X?
Oh, and hi, Eric Rengel.
Well, it would make sense because, as far as I can tell, Garth did very little at Apple, so his computer would probably be in very good shape. He spent too much time flying around in Steve Jobs' airplane.
Oh, that's
Oh, okay,
hilarious.
so
Yes, Enron.
wow,
Those were from the
Enron,
Enron
yeah.
days. Yes, that's hilarious. Yes, it actually does have the original 40 meg hard drive in it, Apple branded and all. So I am super curious and excited to get
We're
this
gonna
thing powered on to see if anything is on it.
we're gonna get to see Garth's old emails from 1994.
That's right, Lotus Notes.
So it's very exciting.
So yes, so that's pretty cool. I also got some Commodore stuff from a new friend.
Sorry,
Um,
I had to put up Scarlett's
Sorry,
comment
new
'cause
Commodore stuff from a friend or a new
no,
friend
old
who's
Commodore stuff from a
or a
new friend.
friend. Okay.
nice,
Uh,
nice.
so there's a few different software titles that he gave me, but he gave me, hang on, he gave me this boxed Commodore 16, which is in here along with all of its
And
accessories.
I bet it's in really good shape.
Jeez, it's like brand new.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because nobody used them.
nobody used them. Yeah. So it comes with the C16 tutor card. You know, in case you can't figure out how to put the cartridge in, you've got to watch the cartridge first to know how to put it in.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the catch 22.
Forward thinking. Forward thinking. Yes,
It's a catch 22 cartridge.
it is. It
Oh,
is.
and by the way, RetroTech Chris, yes, it is 1 week till VCF Midwest.
And did you
That's
guys
correct.
see? Did you happen to see what LGR is bringing to Midwest?
Um, hopefully not himself, because he really should just bury himself deep in a hole.
Why, I like LGR. LGR is a great fellow.
I
He's
also got
Wasn't
from
he's
him.
bringing the teddy bear computer, which is amazing.
Oh, that's neat. I also got from the same person the C64.
Oh, cool.
nice.
Did they provide all
And
the peripherals?
Yeah, there was
no,
anything.
but I do have those because I got that stuff from
Okay.
Sleepy a while back.
Yes, he is
Um,
bringing the bear.
Yeah, he is bringing the bear.
but I got something else neat that I want to check out. It is the Backpack 40 for the Mac Plus.
Ooh.
You plug this into the back of the Mac, and it gives you a 40 megabyte hard drive.
See,
I'm gonna
when you say
check
the
it
back
out.
when you say the back of the Mac, I feel like you're gonna break
Literally,
in. I feel like you're gonna break into like a what's it called song? Um,
Back of the Mac.
yeah.
no, back of the Mac of the pack of the ack, pack of the
See,
jack in the back of the Mac.
it comes with extra screws and a little torque
Oh,
wrench
that's cool. I was wondering what was
Oh
under that
wow.
door,
in the door. Yeah,
and I like how the door is yellowed, but nothing else.
I know, right?
Right? It's
Um,
almost like they took door of something
That's
else.
what it looks like. Yeah.
Probably took the door off the back of the actual Mac and
Yeah,
swapped.
right.
Put
Yeah,
this
yeah.
on. Yeah. But what's interesting is I want to see if there's actually anything on there, and if it's not and the hard drive's dead, I want to pull the drive out and put a blue SCSI into this, and then
Nice.
snap it to the back of the Mac.
So it says, can you combine a Mac back with a Mac bottom?
I would
Depends-
imagine so because
It depends on the angle.
yes, exactly. It does have the adapter here where you can still use the SCSI port. So you plug
Um,
this one in, and it still gives you another SCSI port.
That's
Gut
okay.
bomb. If
I was just
you have to read the Maka Sutra. That will
That's
have
right.
all the appropriate.
It's a very elusive publication.
It'll have all the appropriate.
I was gonna tell Gutbomb that I'm sorry, this is a family channel. We can't discuss Mac bottoms.
I also got in a VIC-20
Nice.
with all of its accessories.
That's not from the same guy?
No, different,
No, okay.
different person. Yep. So that came in this week. I had a few other things come in this week. Hang on. Let's see. What else? What else?
Gut bomb says, that's not true, Trina.
We'll talk later.
The after show.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this came in this week. So I have a no. It's actually not.
Oh.
I had to lean across the stairway, like over top of the big opening.
You got the
so,
railing. You got the railings up there around the stairway. Just quickly.
Well, Adam, half of that Commodore junk I got for free. So
because the rest of it has been taken away from his college.
That's right.
All I can picture is, you remember The Simpsons where Homer, the hot dog guy, keeps following Homer.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Marge's like, you got to stop this. He's spending all the money, and he was like, lady, he's putting my kids through college. All I can picture is that's who sells you retro computers.
Yes,
if you're
yes.
putting your kids through college.
A guy that opens up a trench coat and has all the Mac stuff,
Yeah.
strapped up to both sides. A friend of mine, Dan in Ireland, sent me some more of those development breakouts. The Apple II breakout boards.
Trina, that's offensive.
Probably
so you plug the slot into the Apple II, and it's got a ribbon cable that goes to this longer breakout board, and it actually has little connections and dip switches that you could turn on and off, things that go to a breadboard. So when you're making prototypes,
and that is called the pot of gold board.
That's right.
Since it's from Ireland.
Diddly dee.
Diddly dee.
Tiddly tea potatoes.
Look at me wee pot of gold here that I connect to my Commodore.
So Trina, I got stuff from Trina this past week.
Frank?
Yes.
Adam would like to know if he can have one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do a trade.
The development one? Yeah, absolutely. I'm sending Adam some stuff anyway. So yeah, that's fine. I'll throw one in there. What was it I was looking for? Trina stuff.
Well, Eric, the apples are not going to short circuit themselves. So
that is true. So, as you might have seen on Trina's stream a couple weeks back.
Oh, those are right.
These MacBooks.
Yeah, that's right.
So they found their way to my house. So these are two, which the power adapters actually come tomorrow.
Not MacBooks.
Yeah,
No, these are PowerBooks. Yeah, these two are
PowerBooks or
yeah.
iBooks.
No, they're
no, these are PowerBooks.
No, sorry, those are iBooks. That's right, iBook G4.
Yeah? Oh yeah,
sorry,
here you go.
I just
Open
saw
it up.
G4 and I
iBook
automatically
G4.
thought PowerBook. Yeah.
Not made of silver.
So these two look the same, but they're not. They're different specs. Both of them have different specs.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another
fun little side
here.
note. My first Apple computer was an iBook G3.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
I have several.
I bought it in 2006 on eBay.
I am going to be copying some software. I've got a ton of 5 1/4 inch discs.
You're not going to show off the fancy MacBook.
You're going to copy that floppy.
I got to copy the floppy. These are brand new.
Nice.
New old stock. So I've got tons of these. So I'll be making some stuff. The MacBooks downstairs.
Oh,
So
okay.
go ahead
Okay.
and show something else, and I'll go get it.
Yes,
Okay.
Adam. I
I'll make
remember
everybody normal size.
I remember replacing my hard drive in my i3 or my G3 iBook. It was terrible.
30. Is it really 37 screws?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Jeez. Speaking of screws, guess what I did today at work?
Something HR just got really tense about. Go ahead.
No, they were fine with it. I ended up taking a bunch. So we have Lenovo P70 uh, laptops, which are like basically desktops.
Yeah, they're
Um, they
workstation.
can they can take like 4 sticks of memory. They come with 16, or at least the ones we had came with 16. One stick of 16. They can take two M.2 SSDs
Nice,
as well as a 2.5-inch drive.
nice.
And I took apart 12 of them today that all died.
Really? What was wrong with them?
They just we use them as goats,
Okay.
like mobile computers,
Yeah, so you just
and
get the
they
crap
just
kicked out of them.
whatever happened. Yeah, 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 exactly. So today they gave me like 12 of them and said, take them apart, save what you can off them, and take out the memory and stuff. And I ended up with like 9 keyboards that were good.
Nice.
Well, possibly good. I had no way to test them because the computers won't turn on.
They didn't give
So
you a working one to use this for testing?
no, we're just gonna like because we get them in the keys pop off,
Right.
and when we find them like that, or when they get like that, sometimes we'll get a ticket in. Please replace our keyboard. So we're just gonna give them a free keyboard if it works,
Right.
because we got them as spares now.
Nice.
But yeah, I took them all apart, and that was my fun today.
Nice. I
I
was
had no
listening the whole
fun today.
time.
The best part of the day was when my client gave me a box full of old software. So
There you go. Oh, speaking of
Hey,
old
that's good
software,
then.
remember how I said we had a box of old software at work,
yes.
and I went through it? They're no longer. They've gone away.
Oh, Adam, do you
So
have
end of
any spare
recycling.
Disk 2 cards, by the way? Here is the MacBook,
Ooh,
the
nice.
one Trina sent.
I have one of
Yeah.
those somewhere here.
I
And
really like I was actually debating keeping that one for myself just because I like the inside.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
you know what was a pain in the butt cleaning this keyboard was I was using Q-tips and isopropyl alcohol, and every time I got close to the pink, it would bleed onto the plastic, and I was like, damn, then I gotta like get a new one and clean that up so that it didn't stain. Yeah. So it was even more tedious than the normal tedious.
Right.
But it works great. Even the battery holds a charge.
Nice.
Yeah.
Adam wants to know, do you need a normal disc 2 card?
Yeah, just a normal, because I want to send Trina a Disk 2 for her 2E, but it doesn't have a Disk 2 card in it. So she only is going to have just the one. I mean, she only needs the one drive so that she can just
Uh,
play something on it.
Trina, just
Yeah.
before we continue here, you are aware. I had never thought to say. Are you aware of? So bear with me here a second.
By the
Floppy
way,
email? I told her.
No,
instead of
no.
Adam sending you the card and then you sending me the card, why doesn't Adam just send me the card?
Well, he could. That's why I'm asking if he has
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
spare one.
Okay,
Are you
gotcha.
aware of the ASCIIExpress.net website? Looks like this.
I am
Maybe.
not.
So it allows you to load Apple II software from your phone using a headphone cable.
No.
Yeah. Sorry.
Send me the link in the private
I will
chat,
share it with
please.
everybody.
Well, also put it in the private chat so I can click
No,
on the damn thing.
definitely not. You're gonna have to type it out like a peasant.
So Adam wants to know, I don't have a 5.2-inch controller.
No, that's the thing. She doesn't have the controller card.
She just doesn't have a disc.
I have a spare disc too.
What's all those Apple IIs you got? There's not extra cards on them.
Well, I don't know, but they're at the very bottom of the pile in the back of the storage unit, so I've got to move a ton of stuff to try and get to them.
What a
That's the problem. I'm out of
Excuses,
space.
excuses,
Storage.
excuses.
all I'm
You need to
hearing
get
is
that. You need to
And
get that.
Trina tape recorder.
Yeah.
Well, technically, you could hook an audio cable to the 2E
well, that's
and
what
run
I'm.
it to
That's
your normal computer using ADT Pro.
Well,
I mean,
that's
that's
what
a
this
hell of a
piece.
lot slower,
The,
but
And by the way, the tape recorder was used in the original Romulan ships. Just saying. That's how we loaded our software.
there you go. And the link is also in the chat for anybody who wants to see it. So there's all the
Oh, thank you.
games, software. It also will allow you. What's really cool is it allows you to load another piece of software from the website that then allows you to copy disk images to floppy disks,
Oh, cool.
which is very handy. That's all I've ever used for booting my Apples.
All right, Command D. We are bookmarking this as we talk.
And usually, what I do, like when we do our retro computer room areas at the different cons, I just
Oh,
load a game on the Apple II on my cell phone, and then just leave the aux cable there, and I go back every couple hours and load a different game, just so there's variety.
cool.
right,
Adam,
right.
I will send you. I don't think you have my new shipping address, so I will send that to you momentarily.
Sweet. Because I will pull the disc 2 and mail it to you with
Perfect.
the other stuff.
No, I was looking at a chat the other day that had my address right on the bottom.
It works, Adam. It's janky, but it works.
So we are getting close to our 1 hour mark. So if we want to take this offline and anybody can join and chat and hang out and
Sure.
whatnot, they're more than welcome.
That
I
sounds good
will
to me.
post the link-a-mabob. But yeah, Floppy Emu is really, it works great for both Mac and Apple stuff. So
Yeah.
highly recommended. 6 thumbs up.
Where are you, Frank? There you are.
I'm here. Hi.
Hi.
What's
No,
up?
sorry. I'm looking at
Oh,
Discord, trying to find you on Discord.
still in there.
Yeah.
But yes. So yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. I just posted the link in the chat, so give me like 2 minutes to end the stream, and then once the stream ends, then go ahead and jump on.
Let's see. There we go.
Does anybody else have
Adam,
that?
Adam. Hi. I came really close. Sorry, I'm my laptop.
It sounded that way.
Don't ship the card. We have the underground tech railroad going from DCF Midwest to work for me, bringing stuff
Oh
to me,
yeah, there you go.
right? So
That's a great idea.
we don't even have to ship it.
Who's going to work?
But it depends on how Adam's going to VCF Midwest. Is he flying or is he
No,
driving?
But the thing is, I mean, how big is the card? I think he's
Oh,
driving.
it's pretty small. It's not very big.
Yeah, so even if he was flying, talking in the suitcase.
Thanks, Eric.
Carry
It is a nice
on.
Corona.
It
You know
is.
why? You know why it's
like
a
it.
nice Corona? Because it's my Corona.
Yeah, Adam's driving,
Sorry.
but yeah, that would save money, and just give it to Sloopy when you're at VCF
The
Midwest.
Sloopy Doo.
Yep.
Sloopy's coming to Canada?
No, somebody that's going to be exhibiting at work is also exhibiting at VCF Midwest, and they've agreed to bring stuff to me.
That's awesome.
And we just keep loading this poor guy's car left, right,
It's a
and center.
terrible thing to
Is
do.
that the old net fella?
I don't know who it is. We'll ask Sloopy offline.
Because he's from Canada, the old net fella, and he
Yeah,
lives at
maybe it
a
is
couple of
the
the VCFs.
Yeah, maybe
He
it is
seems
him.
very nice.
But yeah, so I was telling people today at work, I have a underground tech railroad, and they
Yep.
were just laughing.
So yeah, we'll go ahead and cut it. But anybody is more than welcome to come on and hang out and have fun.
Exactly.
Thank you. Yeah. So Richard, that's it from Old Net. Chris says he doesn't think it's Richard. Maybe Retro
says-
Rewind or somebody.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good point.
Oh.
So yeah. So give us a second. Let me cap this off, and then we will see you on the after party.
So don't forget, before we go, don't forget to lasso that like button, spur that subscription. Oh wait, sorry, this is the wrong stream I'm on.
We're gonna get sued so badly.
I know. Copyright strike.
But yeah, please, honestly, if you would, if you're a first time viewer, hit this like and subscribe. That would be a great.
Absolutely.
We only stream once a week, so you're not going to get bombarded with a bunch of notifications.
Nope, for sure.
So thank you guys. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you on the after party.
See ya.
Adios.